Hey folks, how's it going? So, I don't know if I showed you the beginning of this yet. I don't think I did. I might have. The videos kind of slew together sometimes. This here is, yes, it is a garbage can, but I also have an experiment happening. Woo! We got some flies, we got some decomposition in here. So what I have here, oh, I thought I was going to bring the shovel over here. Let me go get that in a second. Just a lot of water. I threw in a little bit of essential microorganisms, not a lot. I should probably throw more. Some grass. Basically, I wanted to just try out just getting a whole bunch of stuff to kind of decompose in some liquid, to kind of liquefy that and create kind of like a probiotic nutrient solution. And that way you can pour it into a garden bed. Over there I have a garden bed I want to put it in, and it'll sink deeper into the soil much more quickly. You don't have that top layer of like stuff that you're waiting to decompose, which is a little bit nicer when then like if you just keep piling like all like see over there grass clippings and stuff like that. So it's an experiment to see how well the fibers break down. So I just took the shovel here and stirred this up a little bit. The grass fibers in here are still like really hard. They're not really any softer. And the other thing that I wanted to share that I think is interesting from a health standpoint is that it smells like poop. So, you know, what is that? Why is that? So this hasn't been getting a lot of circulation or anything, like kind of stagnant. So if you think about that, in your digestive tract, there's not probably a lot of aeration typically in most people's digestive tracts, but if you eat kind of more fibrous foods, it'll have more space, I think, around it, so it'll help with keeping it aerated. And with that oxygenation, you'll keep your digestion from being anaerobic, and therefore it'll have more better smells. Anyways, so that means something's happening. You got you're not whatever is it, anaerobic or not anaerobic, whatever. The bacteria that don't like air, they're more in there, but we got a little air pump here, so I'm going to add this in here and we're going to see what happens. So let me set this up. Alright, so I got the air pump set up here. So all it is, oops, just blowing around, is this is a little stone air filter thing. It just makes a lot of bubbles so that there's more air circulation. I probably should have gotten like a couple of these in there, but I got one. We'll start with that. Can always get more, so we'll start with this one. This is just like a $20 air pump. It handled 15 gallons or something like that, 30 gallons. So set this down here. Take the other end, make sure that that's on securely. Just drop it in. See if, I might have to set you down for a second to there's a lot of fibers in there, so I'm gonna have to shovel this around to make room so it can go down deeper. So give me a second. Alright, so I got it down in there, and now we'll plug it in. See what happens. Okay. Wow. There you go. This air filter really is super quiet. Wow, this is like the quietest air filter I think I've ever had. Air pump. Pretty awesome. I think that what I'll probably end up doing is getting another pipe and putting it down so it goes down to the other side, or a few of them, so it really circulates a lot more air in there. But that'll be good enough to do something. And what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for a couple of days, and we're going to see how that smell develops and see what that does for it. Ultimately, we want this to really age and decompose into a nice soup, so we can just pour it in our garden beds and fertilize our plants with locally available stuff. So it's like a water compost. Like they call it compost tea, but this is not an exact traditional compost tea. This is more like a compost decomposition in water. So I got a little bit of this kelp extract. I think I'm gonna add a little bit to the water here just to give it a little extra goodness. And other than that, hey, I'm gonna do one more thing to this. I added the kelp, mixed a little bit of that in. I'm gonna add a little bit of biochar to this. The biochar, from what I hear, absorbs a lot of nitrogen, and that's often, I think, related to the smells of these things. So I'm gonna add some in, and we'll see what happens. And it's good to inoculate this stuff anyways before you use it. You don't have to; it can get inoculated in the soil, but add a little bit. We'll see what happens.